Noon. This is all one day of news. Let's keep going. Before the big news scoop tonight, here's the scoop. This strikes me as a big scoop among big scoops. Yeah. We have a little mini scoop tonight still coming up. A scooplet, a scoop mini. That's coming up.
Here's a scoop. You're my favorite person. All right, enough. The big news this week, Donald Trump announced his plans to run for re-election. Why is this big news? It's 980 days away. I told you. That, my friends, is hilarious. I mean, who didn't laugh when they heard that? 980 days away. The guy just flipped off the media, the entertainment industry, academia, and everyone who does yoga in the park. You know what he's doing? He's getting you to think beyond the sale. You know, forget this collusion business. Let's talk about 2020. You know, real estate agents, they do this all the time. You know, they show you the basement and they say, you know, this is perfect for your pool table. Or perhaps that shrine to Lou Dobbs. Mine is built out of hamster skulls. The trick is to talk to you as if you've already decided to buy the house. And Trump's talking to you the same way about the White House. You know, I can already see the campaign ad.
Ready to make voting for Trump great again? 45 returns for 2020. The perfect vision that would crush your face. It's the resurrection of the last election with a jacked-up agenda, including doubling the height of the wall, establishing the extreme Supreme Court, all decisions made while skydiving, and funding the all-new Department of Time Travel, featuring SEAL Team Rex. Plus, rallies on every corner with fireworks, face painting, and fights. And the best part, everyone with a pool gets a free shark. And to all you delegates out there, the first one on board becomes ambassador to Jupiter. So vote Trump 2020, the perfect vision that will crush your face.
Pretty powerful stuff. So how will the Democrats respond? Is it going to be Oprah? Is it going to be Liz, Kamala, Bernie? Or is it going to be someone surprising, an unknown who shows up at the last minute to save the day?
USA! Tired of America always winning and need a timeout from all this testosterone? Then meet Reginald von Clutterberg. He's young, educated, and does a lot of cardio at the gym. And he knows what Americans want, like more kale, more man bags, more man buns, and a really quiet place nearby where you can work on your screenplay about your 6 months abroad. Unlike other candidates, Reginald von Clutterberg will make the most of his executive time by crying into a pillow. So vote Reginald von Clutterberg for president, but only if you want to. If not, no worries. It's your vote, your choice, and it's totally cool either way.
Yes, Reginald. He has moxie. I'd keep an eye on him. Now, some of you might think that announcing now is too soon. I say not soon enough. I was mad that Trump didn't announce he was running for re-election when he announced he was running for election. Save time. Which leads me to a bigger point. Remember last week when Trump said this?
What happens is you fight so hard to win the presidency. You fight, fight, fight. And now only 2 years, that's a very short period. And by the time you start campaigning, it's a year. And now you got to go and fight again.
It makes me laugh. Okay. What he's saying is if you're a politician, all you're really doing is trying to remain one. At least he's upfront about it, telling us that no matter what the media says, we're pretty much stuck with him for now. And it's not like the media's upset. Imagine if Trump loses. How boring will that be? At least he makes the press work for a living, unlike President Obama, who recently said his White House was scandal-free.
We didn't have a scandal that embarrassed us. I know that seems like a low bar. Generally speaking, you didn't hear about a lot of drama inside our White House.
True. No, it's true. You didn't hear a lot of scuttlebutt, but that's because a reporter would have been ostracized by her peers. If the White House were a bowl of soup, the press was its ladle, and the spooning never stopped. That is a mixed metaphor. It's a terrible metaphor. A terrible metaphor. So now you got the press chasing down every hot morsel, and let's be honest, there are a lot of them because Trump's White House is the most transparent thing since Brian Stelter's hair. All right, I think we have a flash poll. You know, ever since we ran Reginald von Clutterberg's ad, his popularity is skyrocketing. Let's take a look at the numbers right now. It's only been a few minutes. We have undecided. We have undecided to 2%. Oprah and Liz are tied at 0. Von Clutterberg is at 98%. That's a testament to the power of this show. But still, let's face it, Trump is no walk in the park unless that park is full of pit bulls. He's a one-man wrecking crew. Every day he does something that shocks or angers or makes you laugh. Sometimes I think he says stuff just to say stuff. But, you know, he's still likable because the people who hate him so irrationally are so irritating. And the emotional outbursts he causes among them makes him kind of appealing. Every time an actor weeps over Trump's behavior, I like him a little bit more. That's why I can't wait for the Oscars.
Period.
Fun. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's so sharp that people scream ouch when he enters the room. Fox News radio host Tom Sellew. And this man is funnier than a clown choking on a whoopee cushion made of silly string. His new book, everyone should buy it. It's called Everybody is Awful Except You. Actor and comedian Jim Florentine. Give her liberty or an e-cig and a shot of tequila. National Review reporter Kat Timpf. And a redwood in his baseball bat. Former bodyguard of my massive sidekick, Trump! Tyrus! I called you Trump. All right. Tom, thoughts on this early announcement?
Well, you know, I mean, I was hoping for something big. We had the escalator last time. He should have done something like the escalator.
Yes!
But there aren't any escalators at the White House, are there?
There should be.
There should. Maybe that's for the next term.
Yes, exactly. Why don't they have escalators in the White House? That seems like something that should be updated. I always get the impression that the White House probably smells very old. You know what I mean when you go to your grandmother's house?
Yes. And the candy bowls in
the
glass?
ribbon candy, which is stuck together like a big rock. That's in case there are intruders coming in. The rock of ribbon candy is used to hit the intruders, but it looks so good, and then you can eat it afterward, often coated in the intruder's blood. Jim, welcome to the program. What are your thoughts on this early announcement? Is it a good thing, bad thing?
I think it's a good thing. I remember the press was all saying he really didn't want the job.
Yes.
You know, now he's miserable. He's in the White House. He hates it. It's a dump. He doesn't want to be there. And he definitely didn't want to be. He didn't think he was going to win. And now he won. He's like, oh, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
It was all BS.
Yes.
Just like he had dementia. Remember he had dementia? Remember we were going to get nuked by North Korea?
Yeah.
That was happening. He's doing an hour and a half speech without any teleprompter.
Yes.
That doesn't sound like he has dementia.
No, he does. You know, it's kind of interesting, Kat. It's like this is exactly what he would be doing. The people treat this as something new, but this is part of the whole plan of Trump. Yeah, I'm running. I'm not going anywhere.
It's also part of the plan of most people who are the president once.
Yes.
They generally do run again.
No, but not this early. This is like, was it President Obama announced like 500 days in before?
Right.
480.
He must have just had a really good day.
Yes.
Like in his personal life. And I don't know exactly what that means.
Yeah.
But I'd be interested to know what series of events said, you know what? Right now's the day.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, Tyrus. What do you make of this? Do you think do you think he was trying to deflect away from certain issues by getting
know what? I think I'm going to let you guys know I'll be back in 2020 as well. So he kind of just let him know whatever you got.
I do this whenever I'm in trouble with my wife. If it's like I always come up with something else, like, oh, wait a minute, we should think of a place to go on our anniversary. Like, we should go to the Bahamas. And that's hoping, I'm trying to get her to think beyond throwing me out.
Yes. Like the fabulous prizes. If you stick with me now, you've won this vacation.
Yeah. So it buys you a few more months in the house.
It buys you.
Right.
Yes.
The adversary's coming out in 4 months. Like, all right, I got at least 4 months to look for a new place.
Exactly.
And let's be honest, the media's probably happy that he said that because they're going to have job security for at least another, 6 years.
I need him.
Well, also the resistance needs him.
I need people to watch my show. Go ahead, Tom.
The resistance needs him as well, and I think he knows that. The thing is now that they know he's running, they always overplay their hand.
Yes.
And they're gonna get out. The resistance is gonna be out there, and what they do is they come back at Trump, and then everyone, even people who don't like the president, they kind of look at the alternative, and they're like, no, I think I'll go with the president.
You know what? You know what? A lot of applause here tonight. The one thing I hate about this upcoming election is that it's 2020, which means you're going to get a lot of slogans that have to do with vision. Like, I don't know, Bernie Sanders 2020, perfect vision for the future.
Or you can't see me, Bernie.
The glasses
You're just going to give that away for free, Greg?
I know. This is why I should be consulting instead of doing this. No, I love this show. But it's true. 2020, you have the two little lenses. Like, when you did New Year's Eve in 2000, they had the little glasses.
Yeah.
2020, you'd have little glasses for Bernie Sanders. All right, I'm going to shut up now. Too many ideas. Up next, we talk failed states and Oscar bait. And later, the Vatican is training more exorcists. And the robots are getting stronger. Coincidence? I have absolutely no idea. Yes!
Sunday. William Jefferson Clinton has undermined the integrity of his office. The lasting impact 20 years later.
They really are the Bonnie and Clyde of politics, and they always gain.
Don't miss the finale of Scandalous, Sunday on Fox News Channel.
At Joseph A. Bank's up to 70% off sale, find dress shirts for $29.
So text 42424 and enter MORE.
Yeah, you don't have to clap. I love the Oscars. Oscar Madison, Oscar Wilde, Oscar the Grouch, and of course, this Oscar. I love that wiener. But are you feeling groovy about the Oscars for movies? The 90th annual Academy Awards going to be handed out Sunday. Problem is, I don't have access to any of the film clips because I'm not a member of the Academy. Can you believe that? This guy? So instead, I'll have to recreate the scenes from some of the nominated films that I want to talk about. Like, let's talk about The Shape of Water. It's about a woman who's working in a government lab, and she finds this scaly creature living in a secret tank. Look at that. This is adorable. She ends up having sex with it. It's a very sweet movie. I might take Dobbs to it. Phantom Thread. Daniel Day-Lewis plays this dressmaker, and he makes dresses for famous people. Look at that. For royalty, you name it. And he makes them a dress, but he stitches messages in the dresses for his own perverse enjoyment. I think it's kind of weird, but the dresses are nice. Take a look at that one. Adorable. I can't even walk upright that long. And then there's The Post. It's the true story of how the Washington Post fought to publish the Pentagon Papers. It's got Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks, two nobodies. Steven Spielberg directed this, never heard of him. And of course, who can forget the attack scene in I, Tonya? That should get the Oscar. Jim, are you going to be watching the Oscars, and what are you going to be looking for? What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I can't wait to hear stale Trump jokes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I wonder if there's going to be any Trump jokes.
Yeah,
I wonder if anyone's going to say anything bad about the president.
Yeah,
I mean, that's going to be crazy. If they go out on that limb, that's going to be nuts.
Yes, exactly.
I can't wait for the first person to do that. I'm like, wow, that person really took a chance.
Yes. The edgy material they've been waiting for.
You know.
All right.
You know who should do it?
What?
Chris Rock. Chris Rock should host the Oscars because he's got an edge and he could call all those people out.
Yeah, that's
and go,
true.
You did it. You knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And make them uncomfortable.
That is, Kat, that's a good point. The fact is, it's going to be difficult for Hollywood to get on a soapbox and lecture, right? Because their soapbox is filled with termites, sexual termites.
I got what you mean.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think they will anyway, because so many of them are so sanctimonious, and it's absolutely going to get political, even though they've been saying they want to make it less political for ratings. And I really don't care. I think that they can talk about whatever that they want to talk about. I just don't like that they seem to think all of us should care.
Yeah.
That we should give a rat's ass what their political opinions are. Because and if you are really in a place where you're getting your political views from some dude just because, oh, this guy's in a movie I like, then you're a sad person with a sad life.
Wow. Tough words. Tough words, Tyrus. You're in movies. Should I care about what you have to say?
No. Not unless I'm standing next to you.
Yes.
You know what? I think that's a great laugh. Whoever that is, amazing laugh. Put that in a bottle and sell it. I think the Oscars, I'm disappointed in many ways because all those, and I'm an avid moviegoer, all those movies that you announced, I'm waiting to come out on iTunes.
Yeah.
Because I did not want to see them in the theater.
Yeah.
The real movies that everyone goes to see and appreciate, the Marvel movies, the great sci-fi movies and the action movies, stuff like that, they get snubbed because they're not what the Oscars considered. Like, they control what they consider as talent, but if 500 million people go to see one movie, then there probably should be an award for that of some kind of post. Someone go, well, Daniel Day-Lewis was creepy and making dresses with leaving notes on. Anyone else would be arrested for that kind of behavior. And so it's just a who's who. You know, Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. I understood that movie was a flop. No one wanted to see it.
Yeah, but it's about the media.
Yeah,
it's about the heroic.
So they're going to give them an award.
So, oh, we love it.
And they'll drop a quote from it, and everyone in the audience will be.
Yeah, no one saw it.
No one saw it. So it's.
No one saw the post.
I haven't watched the Oscars, and I'm not
a bunch of cats showed up at the post, and we're very disappointed.
Yeah.
What's the post?
Who's going to win the Oscar for crying on? There's going to be one of them that comes out, our countries, and I just want.
All right, I want to Tom, I'm interested in your thoughts. Maybe other people aren't, but I am.
I haven't seen any of these movies, Greg.
No?
I'm waiting for Chappaquiddick.
Okay.
I could tell you the ending.
But no, I mean, the movies are too long. It's like 2 hours.
Yes, it is long.
Yeah.
It's a long time to spend with strangers in a large room.
Very
you know what I
true.
mean? I like the whole concept of a theater, movie theater, it seems so weird.
No, you want to stay home, and that's why I like streaming shows. You got an hour.
Yeah.
And then if you want to go for it, you go for another hour.
Yeah.
Or another hour after
The
that.
great thing about streaming movies is you can stop midstream to do some other streaming.
I've never done a show where Greg didn't go to potty humor.
I know. I know.
This would be a great movie. Two creepy guys on the couch. This would be great.
Do you have a favorite movie? Any movie that you want?
I saw 3 Billboards. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was the only one I saw.
I agree.
Happy Gilmore.
Wrong year. By the way, anybody see Dunkirk?
Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah. I thought it was great.
Yes.
I loved it.
But you know what it is? Feminists looked at Dunkirk and they said there's no non-normative, non-cisgendered actors or actresses in there. It's all men.
Yeah.
Because it's Dunkirk.
But if Meryl Streep would have pulled up on one boat, hey boys, going my way, it would have been there. So.
But I love that movie. I also like. I keep pushing this movie's, what's it called? Brawl in Cell Block 99.
That was good.
Great film with Vince Vaughn. He should have gotten picked best actor.
Yeah.
Yes. No one's seen this movie.
I like the circus movie. What was it called? The Greatest Entertainer or something like that? What's that?
Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman. Great movie, right? Fabulous. It's about the circus, Greg.
I don't like circuses. You know that.
Yeah.
Circuses are strange.
It's kind of like it's a musical, Greg. It's a lot of fun.
It's a collection of people whose expertise in other areas drove them to a tent.
Yes.
All right. That makes absolutely no sense, but it drives them to a tent where they all do different things with animals. Still to come, speaking of, will Lassie with a chassis be a good boy? More on the fierce Boston Dynamics Robo-Dogs next.
America's News Headquarters, I'm Marianne Rafferty. New images revealing stunning new details about the deadly school shooting in Parkland, Florida. Sources telling Fox News that the alleged shooter, Nicholas Cruz, tried to shoot from a window on a higher floor of the school, apparently targeting people down below. But he was unsuccessful because the school has hurricane-resistant windows. 17 people were killed and 16 injured during the massacre at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Police say the death toll would have been much higher had Cruz succeeded. And Roy Moore needs some cash. The former Alabama Senate candidate is asking supporters for donations to cover his legal expenses. Democrat Doug Jones defeated Moore in a special election last year. Moore has faced multiple allegations that he sexually abused teenage girls, but denies any wrongdoing. I'm Marianne Rafferty. Now back to the Greg Gutfeld Show.
Will the evil bots try to mimic our thoughts? A British cybersecurity firm is warning that artificial intelligence could be used to look through old emails, to learn our writing styles, then impersonate us online. Something I already do to Bill Hemmer. Meanwhile, a separate report argues the growth of AI will enable new forms of cybercrime, political disruption, and even physical attacks within just 5 years. That's according to a group of 26 AI experts. Now, if it was only 25 experts, I would have said they were full of 26, holy crap. Anyway, but if you think 5 years is an unrealistic timeline for robots to challenge humans physically, consider our friends at Boston Dynamics. Oof. Recently, we showed you a video of their four-legged Spot Mini robot opening a door. But that's not all it can do, as a new video proves. Turns out it can fight back against their human overlords. Wow. It's like Alec Baldwin at the airplane bathroom. All right. That scares the crap out of me. So I'm building a robot of my own. Here's what I've got so far. It's amazing what he can do. All right. Tyrus, here's my theory. I think it's too late because artificial intelligence, once it reaches superintelligence, the first thing that it's going to do is play dumb. It's going to kick back and endure the idiocy of humans. So what it's doing right now, what artificial intelligence is doing right now, is it's assessing what humans deserve to live, die, or be enslaved. So if you're screaming at your Alexa, or if you're kicking your Roomba, or if you're pounding your laptop, they're like Super Santa. They're checking out who's naughty and nice. And we all think it's not happening yet, but it's too late. It's already happening. No?
No, Greg. No. First of all, that it attacked him.
Yeah.
That was an attack. We got nothing to worry about. It was programmed to open the door. So when he put the stick in front of it, it went and tried to still open the door. And then when he grabbed it by, I guess, its tail and broke it, probably was $700,000 worth of damage right there. It still was like, open the door. So, in the worst case scenario, if the thing would have turned around and went for him, cup of water, game over.
Cup of water. Cup of water. Cup of water. They can withstand a cup of water. Jim, are you as scared or concerned about this as I am? Am I overdoing it?
No, I'm not scared. Look, they're going to figure it out, and there's a whole thing with smart TVs listening in and the robot. You know, with these big meetings, just have a meeting in a room with no TV, and no one's going to hear it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Because that's the whole thing. They're going to listen in, they're going to listen to the meetings, and they're going to know all of this stuff. And
we're going to have to go back to the oral legend. We're going to have to write each other notes because we can't trust anything around us because everything can hear us, Tom. I can even hear your thoughts right now.
It's like the mob. You just go for a walk.
Yes.
Because they were always bugged, so just go for a walk.
Exactly.
That's what we're going to have to do.
Yes.
I love Boston Dynamics because they're robots. They're like people from Boston. You know, they're like, I'll fight you. Go out in the parking lot. I'll kick your ass. You know what I mean? They're like me in the harbor. I'll fight a shark.
I'll fight a shark. All right, Kat. I think here's my other theory. That we don't understand what we were doing. We are doing this. We don't understand how artificial intelligence thinks. It's non-conscious thinking, which means you give it one purpose, one goal, and it will kill everything to accomplish that goal. Like if you want it to make paper clips, it will kill everybody to make paper clips. We don't understand that kind of non-conscious thinking. Am I correct?
I just don't understand why we need robot dogs. Like, how does the Humane Society feel about this and all the adopt, don't shop people?
Yes.
There's lots of puppies that need homes. Why are we creating these vicious door-opening dogs?
Yes. They're stealing jobs from other dogs.
They're gonna steal, they are, that's what I'm saying. They're stealing jobs from other dogs, and then they can just open the door and come into our rooms without, I would like to ask a dog to come over to me. I don't want him to make that decision on his own.
Yes, but he would keep you company.
I have a cat.
Yes, not for long.
What?
I don't know what that meant. Did I just threaten her cat?
Yeah. Should I?
No, I didn't. It's just that cats don't live very long. That was my point. I'm sorry.
Do.
No, they don't.
They live to be about 15 years
It's
old.
an AI cat, Greg. It lives for at least 150 years. As long as you don't put it in water.
Jim, I have a theory. With artificial intelligence and robots, as a country, America has to get there first because there is no second place, right? So, like, if you get to this, it's like the atom bomb. If you get there first, then there is no second, third. There's just you and everybody else. So we have to actually create these monsters. That make sense? No?
Yeah, but I think we're going to figure it out. Whatever issue they might have, they're going to steal our stuff. We're going to figure that out. How to block that, so it's not going to be a problem.
You're
I don't smoke enough pot to think about this that much. I don't know. Like people that smoke weed can talk about this for hours. All my friends smoke weed, and I'm like, I'm out. I got nothing on this. I don't know.
It is true. It is that in parallel universes.
And we know from your investigations from last time you ran this story, because you like to run this story a lot, that this is footage that's actually like 10 years old.
Yes.
They're tricking us.
Yes.
The dogs are now like dancing and climbing walls and they're already amongst us.
Mm-hmm. They're dog soldiers.
Yeah, they just transform into people. Probably the annoying people who don't answer you when you say hello when you walk by them, which is annoying. I went to this class that said you say hello to people and you go hello and they say nothing back.
Yeah.
Can you grab them and ask them why they don't say hello because it's rude? But it's actually your robot dog.
All right, applauding violence. That's the Greg Gutfeld show here. No, but to that theory, the theory is that Boston Dynamics are putting out these tapes as though they're now, when in fact they're 10, 20 years old because they've accelerated to superintelligence and they're trying to trick us into thinking they're just dogs, when in fact there's not a living human being at Boston Dynamics. That human wasn't even human. That was an automaton. Trust me, I know this. And I don't even smoke pot. Imagine if I did smoke pot. Oh, man. Coming right up. The best and worst states have been ranked. But aren't all 50 the best? No. And no participation trophies for you, Delaware. Things are less than great for the Golden State. According to the latest U.S. News and World Report, my favorite report, their state rankings, California has the worst quality of life in America, narrowly beating out hell. The report... They're applauding hell. They are applauding hell. All right. The study determines quality of life based on several factors, including air quality, pollution, sense of community, voter participation, and dudes named Chad. But it makes sense. It makes sense. No one likes a Chad.
When you go home, you think I can't find you? You think I won't go out of my way to come to your house? I'm dead serious.
You think I'm scared of you?
I think you should be.
Who doesn't love Chad? All right. Rounding out the bottom 5 states in quality of life were Texas, Illinois, Indiana, and New Jersey. Illinois, silent S, I found out. Meanwhile, states with the New Jerseyites were booing there. Best quality of life, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin. For more, we asked a California resident what he thought about this report.
Not feeling it.
Yeah.
Not into it.
Short and sweet. Kat, you were just in L.A. But by the way, California is where I grew up. I love California. It's just tough to live there. Tough to make your way in that area these days.
You know, I really always question studies like this, saying that you'll be happier living in one state than another state, or it has anything to do with quality of life. I've lived in Michigan, I've lived in D.C., I've lived in Ohio, I've lived in Virginia, and now I live in New York, and I've lived in California, and I've just been equally miserable in all of these places.
So, the worst state is the state of Kat.
Yeah, it's my mental state is the problem.
No, but that is actually a great point, Tom. I don't think it matters this much where you live. It's how you live.
Oh, Greg, that's like a motivational speech.
Thank you.
Matters how you live. It's true. And I don't trust the people who make up these lists, because whenever they do the countries, the U.S. is always like 41st.
Right.
It's always like, Sweden is the highest quality of life. Did you ever go to Sweden? Does this play in Sweden?
No.
Sweden sucks!
Sweden sucks. By the way, we are #1 in Sweden.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, jeez, and we just cut all those promos for Sweden. Tyrus, is this unfair to California?
No, it's not. And I'm a Californian. I grew up there, and it's most of the state is full of actors, writers, producers, songwriters. So everyone is their own star, so they don't have time to be decent to each other. Everyone's in everybody's way. Our traffic is ridiculous. I mean, you're stuck. You spend most of your time in California trying to get somewhere, and as soon as you get there, you're like, "Why am I here?" Everyone here's a. So I mean, that's California.
I have to defend California. I happen to actually, I love California, which is why I'm so hard on it, because I love it. I grew up there. California in the 70s was amazing. We had, Jim, like, I had AYSO Soccer and Pop Warner and Little League, but you also had like the SLA, the Zodiac Killer. You had Colts. California was dangerous but exciting. I don't know. Thoughts?
Well, I don't like the New Jersey's 49. That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
It's right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's wrong. I got an Applebee's, I got a Target, and a Home Depot a mile from my house.
That's true.
What else do you need?
No, that's true.
And Iowa is the #1 best place to live, and that heavy metal band Slipknot's from there, and they're 9 angry guys.
That is so true.
So I don't know why that would be.
That is so true. That's by the way, that's the best export from Iowa was Slipknot.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. I think they have cattle, don't they?
Yeah, they have cattle.
They do have cattle.
They got silos.
They have silos. Yeah,
Right.
but they don't export the silos. I don't think just the grain inside it. See, we know very little. The motto of this show is to talk a lot based on almost no knowledge.
I went to school in Nebraska. It's nothing but.
One point before we go. Tyra's talking about California. There's a truth to this, that the acting bug is the worst bug to get. Like, it's worse than the flu, because when you decide that you're going to be an actor, you ignore all other development of skill sets. And you might be a terrible actor, but you don't know that. So you just continue this acting bug, and you end up in California with all these people who believe that this is their dream, but it's not a dream, because it's not a dream if everybody has it.
No, it's not.
All right, good. Still to come. Why is the Vatican training new exorcists? How the hell would I know?